Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we will be going through how I personally care for leopard gecko hatchlings and how many other people do it as well. I personally think this is one of the best. Not saying it's the best, might not be, there might be better ways like always, but I'd say it's one of the best ways to care for and start raising out your leopard gecko hatchlings. So anyways, we'll get straight into the video. So what I do for my leopard gecko hatchlings, I put them, once they've hatched out, I put them in tubs like this. Just got cross ventilation as well as on the lid as well, and in the bottom I just lay it out in paper towels. Then I will, this is empty at the minute because I've just used it, but I get a little spray bottle, something like this, and just spray the bottom, get all the paper towels nice and wet, just moist and damp enough for the geckos. And then I'll also get some paper towel and either get a little plastic tub like this, small enough to fit say 2 hatchlings in, because what I do, I keep my clutch together once they've hatched out. That those 2 eggs, once both the souls are hatched out, they're all in the same tub. That way I can just, it's sort of easier, there's less work. Whereas if I was to put them all in separate tubs, it would take up more space and there'd be more work in terms of writing labels and when they're hatched and stuff. But what I do, I just get some of these tubs, cut a hole in the middle, or maybe cut the corner out. I will sometimes, if I feel like it's really sharp, I will sometimes, oh, just put my phone on silent there. As I was saying, what I will sometimes do if I feel like it's really sharp on the edges, I'll get a lighter or a soldering iron and just melt the edges so they're not that sharp, or sand them down depending on how tough the plastic is. But I will just put a bit of tissue in the bottom of the cup there, and then build a tissue wall, and then obviously missed a bit out where the door's going to be, and then I'll just make sure that stays moist in there throughout the whole time. That way when the paper towel dries out, if it dries out, they've still got a moist hide where the paper towel's actually still moist. And for water dishes, if you give me 1 second. Right, we're back. So for water dishes, we'll use either plastic or glass bowls like that. This one is a little bit dirty and I need to clean it. But then also I get these when I buy live plants for aquariums, so I find them quite useful. But either put a few pebbles in the bottom, or what I do, I just get one of these and place it in the bottom. That way your baby geckos, when they go in to get a drink, they'll not drown because they'll not get stuck, because that'll sort of elevate the platform they'll be standing on, as well as having water in there still. So they'll not drown, which is ideal. You don't want your geckos to drown. And then I'll also have another one, it'll either be one of these or a bottle cap. I usually use just bottle caps, that way it's sort of more shallow for them to get in easier, but most of the time I do just use these. I'll fill it up with your supplements that you'd use, which will be calcium, and then obviously your multivitamins and all that for reptiles. And I'll just get what I use in a second, so bear with me. Right, so I've got what I use. What I use is just the Calci Dust supplement. I just a tiny little bit in the food dish, Now this is really beneficial, especially for a baby. They've got a load of growing to do, so they need that calcium and the nutrient supplements. I also use Nutribulk, which has all your vitamins in. It's calcium balancer and a multivitamin supplement. So I usually just I'll put this in with a tiny bit of this, because this does still contain a little bit of calcium, I do believe. But yeah, anyways, that's enough of me rambling on and explaining what I do. I've got 2 hatchlings currently in one of the tubs there. If you can see it, it's that one that's set up. So just take you guys over and show you what I have set up. Oh yeah, before I go, I also use ceramic things like this for a head as well. And when I use these, I don't use the tissue, because I don't feel you need it. But anyways, I'll give you guys a show at the little setup that I've currently got 2 hatchlings in. Right, so this is what I use here. As you can see, I've just got wrote on it there, clutch 2, they hatched out on the 16th of March, which is 2 days ago, I believe. The temperature I incubated them at, which these are incubated at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. That way the gender set in as female. Then after 3 weeks, it takes 2 weeks for the gender to set in, but I give it an extra week just to be sure. So after the 3 weeks, that upped it to 85 degrees. That way they still get nice and big. They get a little bit of extra colouring, and they also hatch out quicker. But yeah, as you can see, it has sort of semi-dried up in there on the actual tissue itself. But there I've got the little water dish there with the thing in to stop them drowning. Now I've just got a little pot here. As you can see, it's right there. It's just a little moist hide. If I'm correct, I think that's poop. I know one of them is actually having his first shed right now, and the other one is going into shed. I'll just adjust the camera. There we go. Just look at them gorgeous babies. They are a bit flighty now, but that one's having his first ever shed right now. And that one is going into shed. He is a bit dull. Yeah, he's still got a bit of skin left on him. I'll give them another spritz. I'm just going to fill up the spray bottle because I did use that before here. But anyways, yeah, I've just got a bit of heat wire there that's hooked up the thermostat. So that's not going to overheat and cook them. But yeah, I think one of them's pooped. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce another food dish and then put the calcium stuff in, because it's only been a couple of days. Put the calcium stuff in, and then I'll put 2 mealworms in. That way they can sort of get used to the fact of eating. Obviously, because he's in the middle of having his first shed right now. Just look at how gorgeous these babies are though. Yeah, then Oscar's coming to say hello. Excuse the dirty tank, I tend to leave the side panels a bit dirty anyway, but it does need a bit of a clean with a sponge on the front as well, I'm not gonna lie. Excuse the mess there as well, it's just a load of tubs, but that's my Oscar, named Scarface. There's the other one, he doesn't have a name yet. He's got scar faces, he's got a little scar on his lip there, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. But anyways, I'll give them a spritz, and then there we go. So, I'll go get the spray bottle filled up and we'll give them a spritz. Alright, so I've got the bottle filled up. What I'm just going to do is, inside the hair, I'm going to turn that onto the mist setting a little. Yeah, I do try and get these every day, obviously. I'll take it off the mist setting for these actually. And just give it a bit of a spray, get it nice and wet for them. Well, not wet, but moist. What I'm gonna do is just gently nudge him out the way so I can put his head back without doing too much damage. Go on, little fella. He's trying to get under. Yeah. Oh, now. Watch out the way. Oh. There you go. Just watch. There. See? So watch your leg. There we go. So the moist head's back. Both the geckos are there. What I'm going to do is just get something for a little food dish and I'll put it like over there. Sprinkle a little bit of calcium in and then put 2 mealworms in. So I'll be right back with you guys in a sec. Right guys, so yeah, couldn't find anything for food dish, but this lit'll do just fine. It'll fit nicely in the corner as well. It's got a little bit of calcium and stuff on there for them, some nutrients. What I am going to do, I'm just going to put 2 mealworms. I'm going to try find the smallest in my bin. Because I've got a... I'll just show you. I've got a entire bin of them here. There's beetles and all sorts, bits of food and stuff, and the majority of them are quite large. Stupid phone, be quiet. As I was saying, I'll just look for the small ones. So I'll be right back with you guys in a second. Right, so just got 2 mealworms in there. Actually, the smallest I could find. The ones that are small are probably the microscopic ones, which I don't fancy. Right, it's not that I don't fancy looking for them, it's the fact that I really would not be able to find them at all. But just going to start off with 2 and we'll just monitor, see if they eat one. That one's right on the edge there. Also this way they'll got used to the water dish being in from day 1. So this is just another thing for them to get used to. But yeah, anyways, that's them there. Having the first ever sheds, so they'll start eating. It looks like the one that's sort of halfway through his shed anyways already pooped. But yep, that's them there. The parents of these 2, the female is just a normal, or what other people like to say in the hobby is wild type, and the male is a high yellow. He's got bits of orange in as well on the male, so he's not just all yellow with his eye yellow. So it'll be interesting to see how these turn out. But anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. So if you enjoyed it, thumbs it up, and if you're new around here or part of the 63% of my viewers that are not subscribed, I would really appreciate it very, very much if you all subscribed. It would mean the world to us. But yeah, if you didn't enjoy the video, feel free to dislike it. Comment down below some constructive criticism if you feel the need to. I am happy to improve as a YouTuber in general. But anyways, like I said, that's it for today's video, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one.